I think what we look at when we're looking at a project, people will always ask, well, this project isn't big enough or it's not expensive enough for y'all to work on it. But what I look at, and I think what we look at as a company, is what are the influences that we can bring to it? What's the interest and what's the creativity that we would be allowed? We do have a project that we've recently completed that was an old, I think at one point it was an automotive repair building. It had been an office supply store, and most recently a grocery store, and we did an adaptive reuse project and turned it into some governmental offices. I think what we wanted to show in that project more than anything is that you don't have to throw away old buildings, as ugly as they may have been to begin with, that a lot of times we can go in for far less money and do something that's a lot more meaningful than tearing down a building and starting over brand new with something else. And so one of the things that I think we accomplished with that in keeping costs down was also looking at, well, how about just renovating the street facade, and what are some materials that we can use that don't increase the cost that much. We were certainly restricted because there wasn't a brick ledge, so I think the natural response was to put brick or stone on the building. But because we didn't have the structural support for it, we looked for materials that were light enough to be attached directly to the existing metal panels, which were the actual structure of the building. And we hope that it was successful. We believe that it was successful. Time will tell.
Well, I will add to that, and I think you touched on it briefly. The reality is every single project of any scale, from closet remodel to 100,000 square foot multi-story office building, everything in between, has the potential to accomplish something extraordinary. If you look at it from that perspective, in each project you have a given set of parameters. You have a budget, you have a scope, you have a potential quality. How can you use all of those parameters and let those parameters guide you into a meaningful solution? Mm-hmm. A solution that benefits the inhabitants of the building and the community at large. You mentioned you're preserving an old building that really wasn't of architectural value. Perhaps now it is. But it also contributes to the quality of the town and the neighborhood. Because all of a sudden there's this bright, crisp, new, sort of contemporary facade where before there was sort of this derelict, empty space.